One thing I learned, life happens now. It's never behind you.
Hunters in the Dark title ultimately just refers to the role of the detective, and their work is done in the dark without being able to see everything and without the proper details needed to put the story together.
Something you want to tell us, Mr. Purcell?
What?
However long it's been, it's the time.
This tangle of events and false conclusions. Wayne and Roland have to essentially go at Tom in the interrogation room based on the hotline phone call they got.
Did you give her to somebody, Tom? Was she trying to get away from you?
Do Will know? Did he catch you?
Why?
Tom being a friend of Roland's and Roland being someone who helped Tom get his life back together. To have to do that was both very hard on Roland and something that ends up breaking Tom. Amelia is very much the third investigator in this story, knowing that the 1990 case has been reopened and that she is now an author of at least some legitimacy. Growing confidence, she takes it upon herself to investigate on her own.
She called herself Mary. Sometimes we're sometimes Mary July, like Julie, but July. I think she didn't know who she was.
Amelia is on her way to putting together major pieces of the narrative that have been missing.
Tick-tock, clock's ticking for our girl out there, detectives.
The dimension Dan adds with his disclosure is that this crime may have been more conspiratorial than first thought.
Right now, there are people trying to make sure that none of your questions can ever be answered.
What people?
People who do not renegotiate. People who's in their interest make Lucy look like she OD'd.
Are you saying she was murdered?
It's another signal to the detectives that these people had secrets.
Where's my daughter? I don't know.
When Tom confronts Dan O'Brien at gunpoint, and Dan O'Brien says he can only give him a name, we next locate Tom in a state of inebriation, sneaking on to the Hoyt family compound. I feel like now we're putting the audience firmly on Hoyt ground. And that definitely suggests something wider and more involved, even though we still don't know what happened or how.
Julie?